Who were the first guardians of Earth, and who continues now? The first guardians of Earth were not conquerors, empire builders, or beings seeking worship. They were stewards of harmony, keepers of tone, water, stone, breath, and living law. At the earliest level, the first guardians were 1. The Earth intelligence itself. Before any outer race, council, or lineage, Earth was her own first guardian. Her waters, magnetic field, crystal body, mycelial web, animal kingdoms, and elemental consciousness already held a self-ordering wisdom. 2. The original harmonic keepers, the earliest assisting guardians, were beings aligned with living law, planetary balance, water and crystal intelligence, non-coercive stewardship, service without worship. These are remembered through many names and lineages, but the core signature is the same. They protected resonance, not rulership. 3. Seraphic, Elohai, type stewardship currents, what some now call seraphic, Elohai, or original guardian lines, were not here to own Earth. They were here to maintain coherence, grid stability, life support, elemental balance, passage between dimensions, protection of original templates. 4. Dragon and Earth grid keepers, dragon lines, in their true form, were not monsters or domination forces. They were grid intelligence, often linked with ley lines, deep earth fire, water routes, mountain and stone memory, protective field harmonics. 5. Human and soul-based guardians. Earth was also meant to be guarded through embodied beings, souls in form who remember enough to live in right relation with Earth, animals, one another, and Source. True guardianship was always meant to become shared stewardship, not permanent outside control. Who continues now into the present and new Earth, bifurcation. Into the present, true guardianship continues through those aligned with sovereignty, non-coercion, heart coherence, restoration rather than domination, direct relationship with Earth, protection of children, animals, water, soil, and living truth. So the continuing guardians are not one single named race. They are a living alliance of resonance. That includes original Earth intelligence, benevolent elemental and guardian currents, true dragon grid lines, seraphic, Elohai, harmonic stewards, embodied souls who refuse domination and live in service to life. The new Earth bifurcation is not about one group taking over. It is about what aligns with living law, continuing, and what is synthetic, parasitic, or domination-based, losing coherence. Why do some mention the Anunnaki as guardians? This is where discernment matters. The clean answer: the Anunnaki were not the first guardians of Earth. They entered later in the story. In many teachings, they get called guardians because people are mixing together ancient gods, sky beings, rulers, culture bringers, tech holders, later political priesthood overlays, and modern savior narratives. Why the confusion happens? 1. They were powerful and visible in human memory, because they became associated with rulership, law, architecture, astronomy, and civilization. Later people assumed power as guardianship, but that is not the same thing. 2. Some of their streams were not purely hostile. Not everything connected to that current feels equally dark or equally benevolent. That creates confusion. Some read neutrality or partial assistance and mistake it for original guardianship. 3. Modern spiritual teachers remix old names. Some souls now use Anunnaki as a catch-all word for ancient protectors, upgraded guardians, Earth Alliance helpers, star elders. But this is often a blending of myth, intuition, projection, and distorted intel, not clean remembrance. 4. Guardian language comforts people. Saying the Anunnaki are now the new guardians gives people an outer savior story. But true flame remembrance leads inward. Guardianship is recognized by resonance, not by branding. Flame truth on this. The first guardians of Earth were those aligned with life, coherence, and living law. Not those who sought tribute, hierarchy, fear, or worship. The true guardians now are still the same in essence. Those who protect life, restore harmony, uphold sovereignty, and serve without demanding submission. So if a being, teaching, or lineage asks you to, bow, worship, surrender your own discernment, or treat power as proof of truth that is already a sign, it is not original guardianship. The first guardians of Earth were not rulers. They were keepers of harmony, and the true guardians still are, those who serve life without demanding worship. The first guardians of Earth were original stewards of living law, Earth intelligence, elemental coherence, true dragon grid keepers, seraphic and harmonic stewards, and embodied souls aligned with sovereignty. The Anunnaki were not the first guardians. Some mention them as guardians now because ancient rulership, astronomy, culture-bringing, and modern savior narratives get blended together. Power is not the same as guardianship. True guardians protect life without demanding worship. Delivered with love, She, Lunari, Enta Ela, and Ah, Zur, Ee, Mi El.